let's talk about football. Huh?
Let's talk about the Bama games. What kind of shit was that?
That was Alabama not knowing what the fuck who's gonna be the quarterback. I don't know. It's gonna be debating. Oh, Cooper threw an interception. You know, he's trying to build up momentum because quarterbacking is not something you can just jump into and just kind of fucking go cold on. So they threw Jacob Coker in, and of course Coker's gonna try to listen to that spot. He does listen to plays, gets results, but that only goes as far as the team prepared to go. Alabama's a conservative offense, built for an NFL quarterback to stay in the pocket and have a solid offensive line and have receivers that can get open. It's nothing flashy. It's not going to be Texas A&M or Johnny Manziel or Florida State. James Winston.
Something's got them worked up.
Quite honestly boring compared to some other college offenses. But I don't watch Alabama for offense. I watch for defense.
They're invading the hellmouth
on that aspect.
Well, the defense will be the most difficult normally is. To me, that was not an Alabama defense.
Well, you gotta understand, this team is still very young, and I think we have a few guys that were good as depth players when we had Courtney Upshaw and Dean Milliner and all these other guys, and now they're the starters. And it's kind of, oh well, you guys are okay, but you're not like SEC good, you know.
Right. You see about Alabama's offense, even from what I saw, the running play, which is, an Alabama thing, they're not known for passing. They're known for just running it right up on you, And even then, it just didn't seem like they were even doing that successfully. I don't know if it was just the offense was just having a really bad day, or if the defense on Ole Miss was just that good, or a combination of the two. But whatever it was,
now
Alabama needs to really work on it.
We have to give Ole Miss where credit is due. They played a great game. They had a great defense. Their quarterback played a pretty good game. But
if I translated these fallen comms correctly,
you get recruited to Alabama, there is a huge stigma of what is expected.
They don't crawl out of their skiffs too often.
You have to be.
Sounds like an opportunity.
You have to be pretty good. You cannot just, when a quarterback is about to go mobile, you can't just gun after him, because if you gun after him before he leaves the line of scrimmage, that leaves a wide receiver wide open, and he can possibly just puck that sucker out to the open wide receiver and get a touchdown. And that's something that Nick Saban needs to instill onto these Alabama defensive linemen and cornerbacks. You can't just gun after the quarterback if he's behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going to run. Wait till he leaves the line of scrimmage and then go after him, because he can't throw it after that. If you just go ahead and act like a freshman and gun after him, then this quarterback that's been at Clemson, he's been playing in Division II, he's going to throw to the open wide receiver that you just left.
I don't even want to know what they're keeping down there.
That's something that is stressed in the NFL. That's something that's stressed in college, in other Division I schools. And I don't know why Alabama they didn't do that this year. They did it when we played Texas A&M, and that's why we played Texas A&M in 2000 and I think 13. We just demolished Johnny Manziel.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I'm not disappointed by Alabama. Too bad. I mean, we only lost by 6 points. Even Tuscaloosa was never a good game. But I was more disappointed by Alabama fans that left while the game was still going on this week.
Exactly.
You and I both know how expensive Alabama football tickets are. You and I both know how hard it is to get into Tuscaloosa. And here these privileged, rich motherfuckers with these tickets walking out because they can't handle a loss. You know what? If I got to see Alabama and Tuscaloosa on Saturday, I don't think I would walk out. I think I would try to enjoy it as much as possible. I've been to the St. Louis Cardinals. I've been to Busch Stadium. I stayed for Austin. I've been to, even just local hockey games and stayed because, I spent money to see this shit. I'm not walking out because of the...
Exactly, man. Get your money's worth.
Especially if it's college football. That shit's not cheap. Especially if you have to buy scalp tickets, which, let's face it, that's a thing. It's a huge thing in college football. Especially with the NFL. Like, I still want to see the Titans. I think the Titans I'll get into their shit that happened this week. They had an even worse game than Alabama. But basically, I don't understand the mentality of it. You know, you just want to walk out. I can understand if you want to get out there before everyone else does, to get out before the traffic. But, you know, you still spent like maybe $300 to see this game. That's not just ticket prices, that's food, that's driving out here. This is a dead end. And it just amazes me when people just decide, oh, I just don't want, and then they end up losing only by 6 points, so you missed a really good second half played by Alabama.
Right.
I mean,
it's one thing if it's like, oh, well, I'm at home on my TV, you know, they're playing like shit, let's see who else is playing.
Right. Which is, you know, to me, is great. Football is a sport made for television. Because, you know, as much as I love baseball, I can't stand that shit on TV. So when you go towards an actual stadium and watch it live, man, it's great.
Yeah, as much as I used to love playing baseball as a kid, let me tell you, man, even now trying to watch it on TV, I can't do it. I cannot sit here and do it. Like, I can't, it loses my interest. I can't stay focused on it. I don't know if it's because I have like ADD setting in. I don't know, but I just cannot watch a baseball game on television.
Well, with football and, you know, even hockey, you know, you have so much going on at the same time, and your brain just kind of processes it on TV, because television has gotten really good at showing football. You've got maybe 30 cameras
just as crazy as we are,
showing you everything that's going on. We didn't used to have that. You know, back in the 70s or even 80s, you maybe had at best 10 cameras that would just show you the overall action. We see everything now. The fans see the players fighting on the sidelines. The fans see the play-by-play. They see these. There's a lot of emphasis on replays, and it's incredible how much stuff we can see now. And it's shown that football is one of the perfect sports for television. It really does help Americans have a nasty habit of, if this is not entertaining me, I'm just going to turn it off. And that's why I think football is just never going to go away. It's just a sport that's made to have so much shit happen at once. And you have to look back at it and go, wow, I didn't see that the first time I saw it. But,
well, and then there's all the contact, and it's a contact. I think that's got a lot to do with it as well. Just like hockey, you know, there's so much contact. There's just enough violence to, you know, for men to be like, yes, it's okay to watch.
I'm sure there's like a deep discussion on what we could have on that. You know, the deep discussion about how football and hockey are very, I guess, horrible sports, because you have to think about it that, yeah, it does kind of support violence, and yeah, there's the concussion discussion, but I mean, these guys are getting paid millions of dollars.
Find a way through.
I made a rhyme. God help me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too close about Alabama's loss. I don't know who they play. I think they play Louisiana Monroe next week. And
yeah,
that'll be kind of hopefully something they can work their core mechanics on and go, okay, who's going to be our quarterback? And we got to stick with this guy. You got to stick with Coker, or you got to stick with Bateman. I would prefer Bateman and just build them up for next year, because this year I feel like it's just we're not. It's just not.
Oh no, absolutely not.
We might win SEC West, and you know, try to fight LSU is Ole Miss, man, just to lose. Ole Miss has momentum to go out and gun for the SEC West. Now they're going to have to contend with LSU, who is also a big player in Mississippi State. But the SEC West is about to get really fucking hard. You got Arkansas is about to get pretty good. Mississippi State's going to have Dak Prescott again next year, which is fucking great. You got LSU that's back on their feet after a pretty rough year last year. Ole Miss just under Hugh Freeze looks like it's going to have the same effect that Nick Saban had at Alabama. So, all in all, I mean, all these people talk about how much the SEC is not good anymore. I'm like, you just wait till next year, man. It's getting to the point. This is 2008 for us, you know. This is when it got rough.
Now,
Get me out
overall,
under
the
the
SEC
shrine.
has never
I'll
been
look for a
bad.
weakness.
Now, we have some bad teams that are in the SEC.
Vanderbilt.
But we have, yeah, Vanderbilt. But overall, we have the absolute best
It's
teams in
tethered
the
to a
country
power
also.
far beyond the edge of the system.
Why do you
If
think
I just
the
find a
SEC
way to break the
won
link.
the BCS championship? What was it, like 7
Let's
times?
just hope we
8
don't get
times
sucked
in a
into
row?
some
All
trans-dimensional
I'm saying
vortex.
is when your West Coast college teams and your Texas-based football team moved out to the SEC team, that's killing you. From Alabama, LSU, Alabama, and it's telling that your conference didn't really play anybody that year. You didn't really recruit very well, but these two teams in the same division, the same conference did. So, surprise. But then again, I know it's got a competition. So they had to make it where, you know, all the these other schools, the only reason
It's
they
weakened.
even get
Destroy
on the
it.
bar is because most of their schedule, their conference is not that good. Big Ohio State almost lost to nobody. And nobody wants to talk about it because they know that on par, Michigan
We severed
is
their
a
connection.
much worse
The
off
shrine,
team
it was communing with
than
something
Ole
out
Miss
there.
and
Their
Mississippi
god
State.
or king. Well, not anymore.
There's just
Whatever
more
it is,
competition in the SEC.
it's still out there.
Absolutely. Now, with that being said, I know, you know, losing in one's own conference is like even worse, but you know, the fact that Alabama lost to another SEC team does kind of comfort me a little bit. You know, that it was in fact an SEC team and not just, you know, like Boise State or some little, you know, bullshit team that likes to pretend they're good because they play bullshit teams the entire season.
Yeah. I remember Boise State talking big shit. That was funny. It was funny to think that they
Well-
can beat an unranked entire conference and to go like, oh, we should go to the national championship. No. And then they lost their bowl game that year.
Well, and, you know, they talk a big game, and you know the fact that they beat Georgia that one time, that one time, hasn't helped.
Boise State's problem is they're in a conference where it's not really known for football. They need to, and they won't because they don't want to deal with it. They need to consider the idea of joining the Pac-12 or the Big 12. And they won't do that because the Pac-12 is just as hard as the SEC. You got USC, you got UCLA, you got Oregon. That's a big conference in the aspect that it's not like the SEC, but it's a huge offensive conference. You got to have a great offense or have a really good defense to be in the Pac-12. And then you got the fucking Big 10. No, not Big 10. Big 12. It's dominated by Texas, pretty much the most corrupt fucking conference, I think. Because if Texas is not winning, they're going to find a way to make Texas win.
Yeah.
And I've got friends that can back that up. Back when Nebraska was in it, Nebraska got fucked so bad in the Big 12, and that's why they left for the Big 10. They just don't want to put up with Texas dominating that league. It's the same reason why the Texas League dissolved.
The more
There's
we
a
learn
league
about the
before
Vex,
the
the
before
more I
Arkansas joined
understand
the
why our
SEC. There was a
exo-friend is
Texas
so worried
League
about
where you
them.
had all the Texas
During the
teams
collapse,
together in
they
Arkansas.
transformed the planet Mercury into a machine
And,
in days.
It was pretty much just to
They
cater
would
to
have
the
spread to every
Longhorns.
planet if the Traveler
That
hadn't
was it.
stopped them.
That was the whole point of the whole conference.
We need to
was
get
pretty
into the
much the
Black
Longhorns
Garden.
up top and everybody else below.
We
them.
need a Gate Lord's head.
Yeah, I didn't know all that before.
Yeah, Arkansas has not always been an SEC team. Which
Not
is
even
funny.
back to Texas.
Oh yeah.
League or conference or whatever.
Yeah, it kind of